Today's topic is very exciting. The topic is the wearables, apps, and biomarkers. Are we really ready for the continuous clinical trials? So, what exactly is the continuous clinical trials? Point number one. Point number two is what is this wearables, apps, and biomarkers which are being used in continuous clinical trials? So we are historically listening from clinical trials that how clinical trials is being performed and how it is being going on. The clinical trials are evidence-based testing on human beings, and there will be some visits where patient has to come for a particular visits and they have to give the assessment and they have to submit the data. So this was a historic systems that predefined visits. They used to come and they used to run the visits and assessments. So this was a historic clinical trials. But what exactly is the continuous clinical trials and how wearables, apps, and biomarkers are being used in this continuous clinical trial is something I'm going to highlight it today. First one, let's understand what exactly is continuous clinical trial. So traditional clinical trials offer a snapshot view or a precise view is not being given of the patients. Like say, for example, limited episodic visit might be visit 1, 2, 3, 4. This data is only for visit 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not continuous monitoring of the assessments. And there is a different point here that patient comes for visit 1, 2. In between visit 1 and 2, there might be some assessment, some data which can be captured, which is missing now. So this is what there is a lot of gap in understanding the missed real-time insights. So say, for example, in between 1 and 2, there might be some assessment which might be missed. That is something which we are trying to understand. Now, we have got into something which is called as the shifting of continuous clinical trials, where it represents the shift focusing on ongoing real-time data collection directly from participants. So now earlier it's just a visit 1 and 2. Now it is ongoing real-time data from the patients, which we are going to get it. This innovative approach is primarily focused in advancement because of one is wearable devices, either it is watches or rings or something like that. And the second one, health apps, mobile health apps, where it gives a lot of assessments about the reminders, about the pros, about the diaries and all those things, and advanced biomarker monitoring. So the biomarkers also can be monitored by the patient and real-time monitoring can be done. So this promise has improved the patient safety, faster insights, and also it can give drug efficacy and adverse events, significantly enhancing the patient engagement. So you will get quick answers because you don't need to wait for the data to be captured at every visit. You will be able to get the data ongoing. The patient will get whole data. So now this will explore more what exactly is continuous monitoring and what is wearables, apps, and also the biomarkers, and what are the advantage, disadvantage, and regulation. So all those things I'm going to discuss today. The first point, very interesting story, wearables. The wearables can be a smart watch, a smart ring, or a band. So it can be anything. So now what is the role played of wearable device in healthcare system on clinical trials? The first one is the watches. The smart watches gives continuous monitoring. The wearable devices such as first one, smart watches. The second one, there are ECG patches also. There are ECG patches which can take the ECG continuous monitoring. The fitness bands are there, and also which can collect the vital physiological data, which can give the lot of insights about the patient without asking the patient. So, for example, patient does not need to go to a hospital to get all this data. So this is what is continuous monitoring of the wearable device. The second one, the diverse data points. It's not necessary that you have defined A, B, C, and those data points have to be collected. You can collect the diverse data points. This devices can monitor wide range or wide array of parameters, including the heart rates, body temperature, glucose levels, and activity patterns and sleep cycles. All this can be understood by using this wearable devices. The rich data can help captures a lot of changes, including in between visits, not just historic visits. So that's where this devices comes. The more importantly, remote and real time. The patient does not need to come to hospital. Patient does not need to come to site, but they can do a remote and real time data assessments by enabling the real time remote monitoring the variables. Significantly, they can reduce the need of frequent in clinic visits. It does not need a patient to run for a visit, but it enhances the patient convenience and participants. In other words, the patient engagement is more and dropout of the patient rate is decreased. So this is the role played by wearable devices. The best example is Apple Watch and Fit Bands, and also Dexcom continuous monitoring. And also there are some bio stickers or bio buttons which can be demonstrating in various research centers and settings. This is one more example which is called as mobile health app. So this is mobile health app. Like say for example, here they are having an app which dose, which tolerability, what progress, everything is being taken here. So it's a diaries which can be coming into a mobile health app only. So the first thing, mobile health app, it can adhere taking the symptoms and also drug compliance. So mobile health apps can be very crucial for patient login symptoms. Like say for example, he got something fever, so he can log those fever into it. He can track the medication adherence and also report the adverse events, and also monitor the lifestyle pattern, that how much I am sleeping, eating, time. Real time data can be captured by using this mobile health app. That's the first one. The second one, it can capture the digital surveys and reminders. It can give a reminders that, boss, you have a drug to be taken. Boss, you have an assessment to be taken. Boss, you have to understand this survey. How are you feeling today? How are you doing this? Diaries can be done automatically with the help of your mobile health apps. The third one, decentralized trials are being useful with the help of health apps, because mobile health apps are foundational to decentralized clinical trials, where it is allowing the participants to engage from anywhere, significantly improving compliance, and also it can increase the recruitment and it can decrease the hindrance of visits, and also it can give the more engagement to the patient. So FDA Digital Health Center for Excellence supports this technologies and also their potential benefits for revolutionizing the clinical research by making trials more patient-centered and efficient. Biomarkers. This is one of the best story. So the first story I spoke is wearables. The second story I spoke is your mobile health app. The third one is the biomarkers. The actual biomarkers is measurable characteristics of biological process in clinical research, because it gives diagnosis, treatment, and disease progression. It can identify what is the diagnosis, it can identify what is the treatment outcome, what can identify a disease progression also. So it can identify the presence of any disease, it can diagnose because of biomarkers. The second one, it can assess how patient reacted to therapy, what is the outcome, what is the clinical benefits, it can identify. The third one is disease progression, where it can monitor the advancement of regression of conditions over a time. So biomarkers can be used in a multiple forms. The first one molecular, the second one imaging, and the third one is physiological manner. And it are being used in personalized medications or targeted therapy. So now basically there are two types. The difference between episodic or continuous data monitoring means that one patient is coming every visit, you are collecting every visit data. The other one, he is coming to every visit, but in between visit also we are continuously monitoring. There are two differences. One is the historic episodic trials. The second one is continuous data monitoring clinical trials. So now the first one, traditional models, is they just capture at the fixed scheduled clinical visits. So it has limited insights between the visits. But here it's a real-time, high-frequency data captures via digital tools, wearables, and M-Health, and also ongoing insights into the patient health. The next one, the enhanced safety signals are there, wherein the earlier detection of adverse event and safety concerns due to constant data flow was less, but now it is more and more. Patient-specific insights or granular data which are allow deeper understanding about response of the interventions. It means that the more you use the continuous monitoring clinical trial, it will give you more outcome of the trial. So this is the most important activity. So coming back to the benefits, what are the benefits of a continuous clinical trial? First one, enhanced patient safety. Real-time data can give alerts that there is a case of adverse event. The second one, improved data quality, because we are not manually collecting any data. It's a continuous collection of data from different volumes and greater depth, and also precision of data, reducing the bias. So you have directly system is giving the data to you. So improved data quality is more, and you can get more analysis. The third one, adaptive trial design. You can modify your design based on the continuous monitoring of data. You can say that, okay, today glucose level is this, we will give the drug this, we'll modify the design like this. You can change any kind of the influx of data, more flexible and adaptive trial design can be done. So reduce duration and cost by streamlining the data collections and enabling faster decisions making. Trial can be potentially completed more quickly and with lower operational cost. It can increase the convenience and also diversity. You can get more patients, you can increase the number of patients and engagements, and also improve the convenience and also decrease the time and improve the quality of the data. So this is the advantages and benefits of continuous clinical trial. So now case studies, use trials or use cases. First one, Apple Health Study. It was conducted in 2017 to 19. The goal was to detect the atrial fibrillations, the AFib, using Apple Watch, irregular pulse modification. There was irregular pulse modification with the Apple Watch they wanted to identify. So they have taken nearly 4 lakh patients in US. The impact is they demonstrated the feasibility of large scale remote screening of cardiac arrhythmias using consumer wearables, including the mobiles or including the Apple Watch. That's the first one. The second one is Verily Project Baseline. So collect comprehensive health data, including wearables and including EHRs and genomics, to map the human health and also understand about disease precisions. We have done this the study, which is the Verily Project Baseline studies. The next one, the Roche, the Genentech Parkinson's disease, the track the Parkinson's disease progression using digital biomarkers from the smartphones and wearable sensors. Smartphones, wearable sensors, and digital biomarkers we used to identify the Parkinson's disease, wherein we develop the mobile apps to capture the motor symptoms or tremor or outside of clinic how it is been happening with the Parkinson's disease. The impact provides more objective and more frequent measures disease, actively enabling more sensitive drug development. That's what you call it as used cases. The biggest challenge, what are the issues you will face when you are implementing wearables and mHealth and biomarkers for conducting the continuous clinical trial? The first one is the data privacy and consent. It's very difficult to maintain the data privacy and also to take the consent with the subject confidential data. Managing sensitivity health information from continuous streams require robust privacy framework. And the next one, the device accuracy and calibration. We really don't know how the device is going to work, and the calibration of the device also we don't know. The third one, the regulatory uncertainty, is the rapid evolution of digital health often is being regulatory guidelines where it's more difficult to bring those activities. The fourth one, the technology access and also equity. The technology access is very less for remote villages, and while the cities are having more technologies. And the fifth one, the data overload is more, interpretation is difficult because so much of data is coming, and then how are you going to interpret it? Huge amount of data is more important for us. The bigger question, the regulatory challenges. What are the regulatory challenges and regulations? As continuous clinical trials gain the more tractions, the regulatory bodies worldwide are actively developing their frameworks and also regulations to ensure the safety, efficacy, reliability of digital tools in the research. The global guidelines, including FDA, EMA, and PMDA, are exploring issuance of guidance for digital health technologies, wearables, and mHealth in clinical trials. Because we are speaking so much nicely, but real time in regulatory environment, how are we going to do it? We are going to work on it. And FDA initiatives have been way forward. The digital health software pre-qualifications are being done, and validation pathways and also standardization are being taken care by the regulatory considerations. The ethical and operational challenges, the patient privacy is more important. Dynamic consent is more important. The consent form, the traditional consent form, may not suffice because we are continuously taking the data from the patient. So you have to change it. The data security, the vast volume of sensitivity human data is more. You need to be very dangerous. And IT infrastructure is more needed because we are collecting huge amount of data and huge amount of analysis is being done for the patients. So now this is about role of AI and data analytics in clinical research and drug discovery, real-time data interpretation. Data analytics in complete continuous clinical trials. It's going to be AI, which is going to be taking care of clinical research and PV, with respect to EHRs and wearables and devices and biomarkers. Data analytics, it comes into claims, registries, patient apps, and also the EHR, EMR data, and also giving support to adaptive clinical trial for the faster decision making also. So the integration of AI, ML, IoT, big data is redefined clinical research. So if you want to go into clinical research, understand that it's not just clinical research, it's about the AOTs and AIs and MLs and big datas and Hadoops and the data qualifications and also the quantum computing, which is more required. Are we really ready? First question, technologically, are we ready? Tools are evolving very rapidly. Operationally, are we ready? Partially ready. There are significant need of seamless integration of standardized workflow and scalable infrastructure. Regulatory, are we ready? So the progressing with the new guidelines emerging, but the framework is still the maturing to encompasses the digital health and also the continuous data. And cultural differences that requires the building of widespread trust acceptance from the patients and clinicians and regulatory body alike. The conclusions, the end slide is its immense promise to have the continuous clinical trials, wearable apps, biomarkers offers the unprecedented potential to revolutionize the clinical research where the continuous data monitoring can be done. The future is now. It's not tomorrow, it's now. So continuous clinical trial represent the inevitable evolution demanding caution, collaboration, and also meticulous care. The third one, core principle, our focus must remain on ethical use. The right safety and well-being of trial subjects have to be protected. The data has to be robust data integrity, and also genuine patient empowerment. And scaling safety, the pivotal question shifts from if we can to how soon we can do it and how safely we can do it. Can we scale these advancements? Embracing this transformation requires the concentrated efforts from all the stakeholders, including the investigator, sponsor, and IRB, IEC, and also CRCs and CRAs, to build a more efficient and patient-centric, insightful future for the clinical research. So this is the conclusion which I have. And thank you so much for patient listening. I'm happy to answer any kind of questions. I'm at your chat box. If you want to ask any questions, you can ask any questions. I'm able to see your chat box in YouTube. If any questions are there about the wearables and devices and also apps and also biomarkers. So today's topic was, it is continuous clinical trial. That's first thing what we have introduced. And the second word is how the wearables are changing the systems and how the mHealth apps are changing the system and how the biomarkers are changing the systems and what are the advantage, what are the limitations, and what are the regulatory challenges, and what is the conclusion we have taken care. So I'm open for more questions. If any questions are there, you can ask me in the chat box. I'm available in the chat box. You can connect with our team if you have more questions. If anyone wants to do internship or project works or anything on wearables or mHealth apps or in digital biomarkers or biomarkers for any particular disease, you can get back to me. You can get back to our team. We are happy to help you out with more questions and more responses for this. So I'm open for questions. Any questions anyone have, you can ask me. In the meantime, I hope this session was useful. Let's continue to learn, evolve, excel together. Thank you so much. Please do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Our channels or Clinosol Research. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. So any questions anyone have, you can ask me. I'm open to answer any kind of questions. I hope the session was very useful, and it will be continuing for every weekend. We'll be starting some or the other new learnings and new activities. So thank you so much. If no questions are there, I'll let you go, and thank you for joining on a weekend. Thank you so much. Have a nice, wonderful evening. Thank you.